Good morning, everybody. This is Nick Moncaelli live here on Facebook in Highland Park, where an 11-year-old girl, a 7th grader at Carver Academy, was almost abducted on her way to school, walking on her way to school. I can show you exactly where all of this happened. She lives down there, which is actually in the city of Detroit. We're right on the border of Detroit and Highland Park. And she was walking to school along the sidewalk right about here, and she was crossing, I shouldn't say I'm going to cross the street, she was walking, and right about near this D-Dot bus stop sign, she told me, because I talked to her and her mom and dad, that she was walking right about here with her brother and her sister, and a man jumped out from behind some of these bushes and fences near this old abandoned building, which happens to be the old Sanders building. She was grabbed on the arm, and a man tried to pull her right into this area over here. Now, what happened after that is there was a gentleman walking another girl, his daughter, to school, saw what was going on. Apparently, the suspect saw that there was another adult nearby, and that suspect let go of the girl's arm as she was trying to pull and get away from this man. She was able to get away, and she ran back home with her brother and sister, pounding on the door, saying, "Mom, Mom, Mom," and told them what happened. Now, this girl, 11 years old, she is a 7th grader, again, at Carver Academy. She is okay. I talked to her again. She's very shaken up, but she is going to be just fine. We are on the border of Highland Park and Detroit. So originally, because the girl lives in Detroit, the call went to the Detroit Police Department. They came out, began investigating, and then shortly realized that this is actually a Highland Park case, because this abandoned building and where the actual accident, or I should say incident, occurred is the city of Highland Park. So now Highland Park has taken over the investigation. There is a very scarce, I should say, description of the suspect here. It is a African-American male, heavy set, wearing very dark clothing. He had something covering his face at the time. He did have a blue type beanie hat on the top of his head. If you were in this area near Oakman and Woodward here in Highland Park / Detroit, please call the Highland Park Police Department, or you can call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP. But for those of you just joining us now live on Facebook, a quick update, or recap, I should say. An 11-year-old girl at about 6:45 this morning was walking to school here on the sidewalk, left her home, came across the street, walking along the sidewalk, and that is when somebody was hiding, a suspect hiding behind these bushes, possibly behind this fence here, jumped out and grabbed this girl by her arm and tried to pull her near this abandoned building. This building here is on Oakman Boulevard. I'm told it's the old Sanders property here in Highland Park. The girl, the 11-year-old, was able to get away. She pulled and fought back a little bit. There was another adult, a male, that was walking. He saw what was going on. Apparently, just his presence scared the subject enough, and she was able to get away, ran home, and she is okay. I talked to her for probably 5 to 10 minutes this morning, and she was telling me that she's scared, obviously doesn't really want to walk to school anymore, but aside from that, she's okay, not physically hurt. Emotionally, she's scarred. But other than that, she's going to be just fine. Her brother and sister were with her at the time of this. Both are very shaken up to see what was going on. Shaken up to see that her sister could have been abducted by this stranger. So there's a whole lot of angst in this community for all of you parents watching. A lot of people are very concerned that there is allegedly somebody here trying to, or at least tried to, abduct this 11-year-old girl. So if you were in the area, if you saw anything suspicious, saw somebody that just didn't fit, or saw somebody matching that description, which again is a African-American male, fairly heavy set, at the time wearing something covering his face, wearing a blue beanie type cap, if you saw somebody matching that description, please call the Highland Park Police Department, or you can call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP. I'm scrolling through some of the comments here on Facebook. Sharon, you just heard me say that they have not caught this man. Good morning. Sam, you mentioned the building isn't the problem. The man would have tried to abduct her. regardless of whether the building existed or not. Likely true. However, it certainly doesn't help that you've got a very large building like this, and we don't know what this man's intentions were with this 11-year-old girl, but certainly something very bad could have happened to her inside of this building, and nobody would have seen it because there is this fence here with some kind of obstruction, so you can't see through. You can't see inside the building, so you would have had no idea what was going on the other side. Any more questions here on Facebook? Why are the trees and brushes not cut down? That's a great question. That becomes a question for the property owner, the city, if they want to do some work with blight. There's also another question about street lights. So we have noticed that there are 0 on this section of Oak Boulevard here in Highland Park. It was very dark. This happened at about 6:45 this morning, so nobody really was able to see anything because it was pitch black. Hopefully that will encourage somebody in the city to say, this is something we need to address. We need street lights. We need lighting in that time of day. Develna is saying, I saw a girl waiting at the bus stop early one morning. I sat in my car and waited until the bus came. That's great. That's fantastic. All right, one more recap for those of you just joining us here on Facebook. An 11-year-old girl was walking to school on the sidewalk here, almost abducted by somebody who was hiding either in these bushes/weeds or behind this fence line, tried to grab her, grabbed her arm, tried pulling her in this direction. She was able to get away. Unfortunately, she is going to be okay. We're going to have a complete update here on Local 4 News at 11. We'll also have updates on Click on Detroit and right here on Facebook as well. Mr. Porter, why is an 11-year-old girl walking to school by herself? She wasn't. She was with her brother and sister, but again, they were all kids. So there are some concerns about that. Like I said, updates on Click on Detroit and here on Facebook. We'll have a live report at noon on Local 4 News.